In the news tonight, City of Windhoek secures 155 million Namibian dollar loan for new power substation to avoid load shedding.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Good evening, I'm Tonata Kadila in the news tonight. Big coalition says government has money to fund income grant. The Ministry of Health and Social Services receives donation of heart pacemakers. EU avails 360 million Namibia dollars for Southern Africa Migration Management Project. Windhoek aloe, most illegally harvested plant in Namibia. And Business on One, Comments Corner, Sport and the weather. Coordinator at the Basic Income Grant Coalition of Namibia, Renani Musutwa, has stated that government can use money returned to Treasury and cut on certain expenses such as state funerals for politicians who have funeral covers to fund the big project. The big coalition is advocating for the government to provide Namibians between the age of 0 and 59 with a monthly income grant of 500 Namibia dollars.
Musutau made these remarks ahead of the Human Rights Day commemoration tomorrow. According to Musutau, Namibia still has a long way to go to respect human rights. She stated that poverty, which affects 1.6 million people in the country, is the biggest concern. She stated this can be solved by providing a basic income grant of 500 Namibian dollars.
How can there be money for all the things that they want, that the ruling elite wants? There's always money for whatever they want. Money just keeps popping up from nowhere. We're talking about, state funerals for rich people who can afford their own state funeral. There's so many things that we can do to cut down on wastage, and one of the things could also be the government agencies return about 400 million Namibian dollars per year to the Ministry of Finance. That is funds that they haven't been able to use. Hunger is the biggest driver of poverty, and we have 1.6 million people in Namibia struggling to get access to food. Food is the most basic thing that everybody needs to survive. If you don't have food to eat, you die. So that's why we are saying that hunger is the mother of all human rights violations. So the Basic Income Grant Coalition is now saying that 500 Namibian dollars should be provided to each and every Namibian from the age of 0 till 59, so that people can at least afford basic food, so they don't have to go hungry all the time.
In addition, Big Coalition will commemorate the 75th Human Rights Day anniversary at Megameno Orphanage in Shandubala in Katutura. Member of Big Coalition, Casper Bora, said that they will be playing games and giving back to Megameno Orphanage that houses about 26 orphans and has been in existence since 1998. He says the orphanage faces challenges as it is unable to fully support and keep running the day-to-day activities of the center, thus seeking Good Samaritans to come in numbers tomorrow and assist the orphanage home where they can.
The reason why we chose Megameno Orphanage is that this institution has been operating for many years now. It is so funded, but they keep on pushing, they keep on assisting those who are in need. So that at least this we can find a way to help out wherever they can. So we also appeal to the public and say, if you are well-wisher, please do assist Megameno Orphanage. And if you are maybe out of your neighborhood, not that you also assist those orphanages around your area, just giving a helping hand to those who are in need. Because don't look at a donation that is too small, is too big. Because in donation has a positive impact on the next person. And basically at Megameno Orphanage, basically we're doing fun activities, games involving human rights.
Bowera further urged those who would like to give back to the orphanage to contact them at 081-270-1994 or 081-561-5191.
This festive season, choose ShopRite for low prices and get the best deals. Like 1 kilogram Right Brand oats for only 29 Namibian dollars 99 each, and 900 gram Bukomo wheat bix cereal, just 52 Namibian dollars 99. Choose from our delicious roast to a wide range of liquor. Get quality appliances or choose the best toys for every child. Choose low prices this festive season. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust, always.
Welcome to the Living Room Stadium. It's the FIFA World Cup. The match is about to start. Food and drink ready. There's no space left for anyone. Come on, get your lucky chair. Take your usual spot. Even the puppy has one. It's preparation time. You can feel the tension in the air. And do you have everything you need to believe?
The Ministry of Health and Social Services received 5 pacemakers which will be provided to patients with heart conditions to improve their quality of life. A pacemaker is a device that detects when a person's heart beats too slowly or irregularly and sends a signal to the heart to beat at the correct pace. The ministry received the donation valued at 135,000 Namibia dollars from a South African-based medical technology company, Virtus MedTech Namibia.
The Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Esther Mwinyangwe, stated that the pacemakers will assist the ministry enhance the quality of cardiovascular care, treatment and prevention in accordance with the World Health Organization's prevention of cardiovascular disease.
For the benefit of non-medical ordinary Namibians, a pacemaker is a small battery-operated device. This device senses when your heart is beating irregularly or too slowly. It sends a signal to your heart that makes your heart beat at the correct pace. Having a pacemaker can greatly improve the person's quality of life, and for some people, it can be a life-saving. Most pacemakers are very reliable and comfortable. They are very small and weigh about 20 to 50 grams. A pacemaker sits just under your collarbone and will have 1 or more leads which are placed into your heart through a vein. A pacemaker has a pulse generator, a battery-powered electronic circuit, and 1 or more electrode leads, which can be a single chamber pacemaker with 1 lead, or it can be a dual chamber pacemaker with 2 leads, or it can be a biventricular that is having 3 leads.
Adult cardiologist at the Windhoek Central Hospital, Dr. Tangeni Awala, stated that the pacemakers will have a positive impact on patients' lives and this cannot be measured in monetary terms. Dr. Awala added that the pacemakers allow the patients to carry on with their everyday activities, including spending time with their children and even exercising.
Many patients from different age groups, male, female, all across Namibia suffer from heart conditions. And the one that we're here talking about today are the electrical conditions. It's very important that your heart beats at a regular rate, not too fast, not too slow, and that's normally controlled by the sinus node. In some patients, they may be newborns, they may be children, young adults, and even older patients. patients, they're not able to conduct anymore. And so medical technology has brought us to a place where we can insert a pacemaker, and the Ministry of Health has really made an effort to make sure they educate and supply resources that these devices can be inserted into these patients.
Executive Director at Vertis MedTech, Charon Glens Pyron, remarked that the gesture is to ensure that health equipment is readily and affordably available to Namibians. Spyron added that they support the ministry in addressing shortages in medical equipment.
We want to make sure that when one of our people in our country needs to have a treatment, needs to have a pacemaker, that it's available readily and it's available in good quality and at a good cost. So Vertis Namibia is here to really support our local institutes, whether they are private or public.
The Windhoek Central Hospital's cardiac unit opened its doors in 2009. It is equipped with an adult cardiology service for patients with cardiac conditions above the age of 18, a pediatric and congenital service for newborns and children with cardiac conditions. It also has cardiothoracic services performing open heart surgeries in Namibia, amongst others.
The European Union renewed its commitment to support cooperation among member states in the Southern African Development Community in tackling challenges related to immigration, such as the high influx of migrants into the region. The 20 million euros will go toward the 4-year Southern African Migration Management Project, which commenced in January of 2020 and will end in December of 2023.
Ashraf Elno, the Regional Director for Southern Africa at the International Organization for Migration, stated some of the key challenges faced by SADC countries with regard to immigrants and thanked the EU for their contribution in ensuring that migration is positively managed in the region. Elno made these remarks during the official launch of the National Migration Policy for Namibia on Thursday.
The obvious challenge is the rise in irregular migration, which is represented by that there is increase in the volumes of mixed migratory flows that are coming to the region, and that there is a steady arrival of undocumented migrants. And this is seen almost in every SADC countries. The question, what does that mean for immigration officials who are no longer dealing with conventional processing of just stamping passport and other travel documents, and are increasingly dealing with more complex issues, human trafficking, human smuggling, and many others. So this is an important change for them. And I would like also to thank the European Union for their funding. It's not only generous funding, but it's also critical for putting migration on the map of Southern Africa region. The Southern Africa Migration Project is a pan-SADC project covering different countries, as we heard earlier, and it has helped many of the participating countries upgrading their migration management policies and practices. And with a lot more that needs to be done, and we can capitalize already on the achievements that have been made.
EU Ambassador to Namibia, Sinika Antila, stated that migration is a global issue which requires global solutions and responsibility sharing.
Migration is a global phenomenon that requires global solutions and global responsibility sharing. No country can effectively manage migration on its own. All countries around the world are impacted, be it as countries of origin, transit, or destination, and often a mix of all three. About 80 million people are forcibly displaced worldwide, and the vast majority are hosted in developing countries. We are aware of the efforts made by host countries, and we will continue to support them. Providing protection to those in need and enabling a life in dignity are deeply rooted in the European values. The COVID-19 pandemic and
Antila concluded that properly managed migration and mobility of people can provide significant advantages to both countries of origin and countries of destinations.
The curator of the National Botanic Garden of Namibia, Levi Nanyeni, says that among the indigenous local plant species that are wrongly removed from its natural habitat, the Vintocallo tops the list. According to Nanyeni, the Vintocallo is sought after mainly for its medicinal and monetary benefits.
The Vintocallo has antibacterial properties, skin-tightening vitamins, hair growth properties, digestive properties, and accelerates wound healing, amongst its other benefits. Nanyeni told Agri on One that the National Botanic Garden receives plants for conservation from all over the country, especially from the Namib Desert, because of conservationists who want to save illegally removed or damaged plants.
These are Pachycaulis plants, the plant that kind of succulent, and often people are after those. And this year alone, we are receiving a lot of cases, or we are overwhelmed by illegal plant removal from their original places, especially in the Kaoko field, and that involves the people from outside the world and the locals. They've been used, to remove them and exchange them for money. Now, in that case, we have to get them, and for us to avoid extinction of these plants, we don't know whether it will happen, but it might happen. So they have to be represented in the botanic garden.
Nanyeni added that besides the Vintocallo, other local plant species that are also sought after include the Adenia pequeli, popularly known as elephant foot, Cyphostemma, which has 4 subspecies, Pachypodium namaquanum, which is found in the south of the country, and Pachypodium leali, which is found in northern Namibia.
And in the end, you might say, well, there have not been Vintocallos, that's Aloe littoralis that is found in the area. So there was an outbreak when people, they removing them, and exchange them for money. So here, because we don't do that, we preserve them, they will be represented here. The Adenia pequelis, the Pachypodium lealis, Cyphostemmas, for example. This is the Pachypodium namaquanum. You only find it in the southern part of the country. However, in Namibia, we've got 2 species. The one here in the south, Pachypodium namaquanum, and over there, we've got the one that you find in the north, Pachypodium leali. If you can see it, is the Cyphostemma Kurodi is one of the endangered succulent plant that we found that people are after them.
The National Botanic Garden of Namibia is an ally of the Botanical Society of Namibia, through whom the garden also receives various endangered tree and plant species for conservation.
At OK Furniture, we know you work hard all year so you can give your loved ones a festive season filled with cheer. So to help you enjoy the Christmas you want, we save you money on the home essentials you need. Save on the 32-inch Omega HD-ready digital TV, now only $1,799. Or this Bradford Lounge Suite, just $8,999. Only at OK Furniture, where we save you money.
Welcome to Business on One. A 39-year-old self-employed man who owns a flourishing takeaway in Greenville, Matongo, looks forward to grow his business as he plans to employ about 8 workers next year. David Ngishidimbwa, who was unemployed for several years, came together with a few partners and opened their business in 2019 and has not looked back since.
Speaking to News on One, David Nishitimbwa said the idea of him having a takeaway business came into existence because he wanted to put an end to poverty and be his own boss. Nishitimbwa, who sold chips, rations, porridge, and meat amongst others, stated that business is going well. However, they are facing challenges with escalating food prices.
What made me start takeaways like I want to work for myself and poverty since I started in 2019. That time it was COVID, there's no work, then there's no money for survive. And yeah, I was just sitting at home. Now I need big place so that I employ more and a fund as well, so because some of the machinery are expensive and now people don't have money and the big challenge is also money. Yeah, I feel like I need to support life without money. It's a big challenge in terms of young people. That's why we find a lot, especially here in these locations. For me, I normally give food for small kids. That's more than 8 people. Around food here. They used to eat around the dustbin. Then normally they used to come here and take and give them some food. And now that they are age of 7 to 10 to 12 years old, some of them they don't have their parents, some of them have parents but they don't have food at home, some of them sleep at just around the numbers.
News on One caught up with some of his employees who shared how happy they are to be working at the takeaway.
Working here has been an exciting journey. It has been a year so far and a month. We have enjoyed it. We have a great team. Our supervisor is a good person. My colleagues, we support each other here and there.
I'm happy to be employee of David. So in the service here it's 100%.
Nishitimbwa also shared with News on One that he also provides food to the less fortunate children in the surrounding area. He further urged fellow Namibians to develop a side hustle to better their lives.
That is all we had for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
How many slips, Mom? 5.
Yes, it's click season. Discover the magic.
This sounds pretty cool.
Oh, your mom's online order.
Happy holidays, guys!
Yay!
Darling.
Congrats!
It's empty. I can't talk.
Who's first? With bags of endless gifts, you'll find something special for everyone at Clicks. Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
Let's have a look at more comments that came in on the City Council failing to elect its new office bearers after SWAPO and the Independent Patriots for Change councillors staged a walkout during the election last week. Jeremiah recommended that Job Amupanda should return to the helm of the council. Namujebo hopes the IPC and SWAPO councillors are now happy. Staney is not impressed with the actions of the councillors. Shunyuni said this is happening because of the recent removal of the statue. That's it from the Comments Corner. Visit our Facebook page to read more comments. See you after the break.
Great deals from Choppies. Choppies, great deals for your money.
In news from the sport front, the Federation Internationale de Football Association of FIFA Senior Manager of Governance, Sarah Soleimani, expressed satisfaction with the ongoing restructuring process conducted by the Namibia Football Association, the NFA, Normalization Committee. Soleimani was speaking at the conclusion of her 3-day visit to Namibia.
Soleimani reiterated that the Normalization Committee has successfully entered into the second stage of the mandated phase by FIFA. She added that FIFA has confidence that football in the country can be restored.
FIFA is very satisfied with the work that has been achieved by the Normalization Committee so far. And FIFA will continue to support and to accompany this Normalization Committee in all its initiatives until the end of its mandate. Why? Because we believe in Namibian football, and we believe that through this Normalization Committee, football can be transformed and can be elevated to a level that will show that Namibia can be a driving force in the region for football.
Soleimani encouraged all stakeholders in the fraternity to render their unwavering support in order to complete the set common goal.
This is the reason why we have organized a series of meetings in the past couple of days in order to meet with the membership, in order to meet with the staff, and in order to meet with further stakeholders of Namibian football, to explain the process, to explain the steps needed in order to have a successful outcome for this reform process. And based on these meetings, based on all the engagements that we managed to have in the past couple of days, I can safely say that the outcome will be positive. Altogether, this is how the success will come. It's all together, working hand in hand with the leadership of the NFA, under the umbrella of the Normalization Committee, under the umbrella of the Interim General Secretary. This is how the outcome will be successful for the NFA in this reform process.
Normalization Committee Chairperson Pising Wirap vowed that his team is exploring all avenues to help cement and return the glory of football in the country, also pointing out economic benefits.
We are doing it with the hope that the many young girls and boys who are in the streets will again get an opportunity to really practice what they know best, and that is to show their skills on the pitch. And it is really our commitment that we will do everything possible to bring football back to where it should be. We also believe that football has great economic potential for the country.